So I just built a complete, fully functional website in just 5 minutes. No coding experience, no developers, just me talking to an AI, and honestly, the results are kind of insane. Let me show you exactly how I did this. All right, so the tool that made this possible is called YouWare. This is it right here. Now, YouWare is the sponsor of today's video, so if you want to follow along with me, make sure to click the first link down below in the description to check out YouWare and to sign up for an account. Now, here's what makes YouWare so much different than any other AI website builder that I've tried out there. You don't just drag and drop different elements in. You don't have to do any sort of coding. You literally just tell it in plain language exactly what you want it to build, and it builds it for you. It's like having a conversation with a developer who actually listens and works insanely fast, actually. And the coolest part is that there are so many creative and production products that other people have built. You can find inspiration in here and use those and take those for your own projects and actually remix them and build on them. But before I show you that, let me show you how I built my website using this incredibly fast. So here's what the dashboard looks like when you log in. Very minimal, but under the surface, there's actually a lot more going on here. And right here in this text box is where you can describe exactly what it is that you want to build. Now, there are some additional settings in here, like you can add attachments. You can also connect up with a bunch of different tools like Notion or YouTube or Google Maps or GitHub. And you can even choose exactly which model you want to use. So for purposes of this, I'm going to choose Gemini 3 Pro. It's one of my favorite models at the moment. Then you just describe in here exactly what you're looking for. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a timer here on my watch, and I'm going to build a website from scratch. No templates, no copying someone else's work, just describing what I want and seeing what YouWare is actually able to do. So the website that I want to build is a landing page for a new info product I'm launching. It's about how to use AI for your business. Basically, a community where people can learn AI strategies. Now, one thing I really like about YouWare is that you don't have to be an expert at prompting in order to use this. Just start describing what you want it to make, and it'll actually, inside the text box, suggest more edits for the prompt to make it better. And if you like them, all you have to do is click on tab, and it'll actually keep adding more suggestions as well. So I like all of these. I'm reading through all of these. You can see it finally stopped. So now we have a fully fleshed out prompt from just my single sentence. Now, again, I'm going to leave this on Gemini 3 Pro, and then I'll go ahead and click on submit. Now, over here on the right, you can see it's working, it's generating, and down here on the left, you can see more specifically what exactly it's doing. So it's not just doing one step and just creating what you're looking for. It's actually going through this entire thinking process. It's looking at the user intent. It's going through a step-by-step suggestion for itself, like a checklist for itself, to make sure it gets everything done. And there you can see all those steps right there. And then it has some open questions as well, which it's going to answer. And you can see it going through everything it needs to do in order to build out this page. So I'm keeping an eye on the time. Let's give it a few minutes and see what it's able to produce. And there we go. The landing page is now complete. And this took 5 minutes, almost to the minute, that quickly. Just 5 minutes, and this entire website was generated for us. And this isn't just a pretty looking website. This is really, really well thought out by the AI. So we have up here at the top a title for this page and some subtext here. We have a nice, clear call to action button. This is super important on any landing page. You want a big button. That's the call to action, right? We want people to click and actually join the hub. Down here, we have more information about why people should join AI Masters Hub. Some nice text it displayed for us here. And look, when you hover over it, it creates this really nice shadow effect on all of them. That's super cool. And we have this pricing section right here. Now, this is super impressive because one thing, if you understand the psychology of selling, is that you always want 3 price points, the lowest, the middle, and the high, because the expectation is when you have 3 of them, people will always go, or more people will go for the middle price. So the fact that it understands that and puts this one right in the middle and labels it as most popular is seriously impressive. And we can toggle this on annual or monthly, and everything works. Down here, we see some student or member testimonials and a great place to collect emails as well. And this is also super impressive to see, because it understands how important it is to collect emails from potential customers. Because once you have that email, you can then send them follow-up emails saying, hey, why don't you want to join the course, or here's some more information about it, and you can collect some sales on the back end. Now, if you want to change anything on this page, all you have to do is inside this text box over here, just describe what changes you want to make, and it will be able to do that. If anything's broken, all you have to do is click auto fix and just type out in plain language what isn't working. So let's say this photo in the background isn't loading. Just say the photo at the top in the background isn't loading. It's going to know what you're talking about and it's going to fix it. So for instance, here I'm telling it to change the blue button at the top to red. And here you can see in about a minute, it changed the button to red. So let's go ahead and make another change. I'll tell it add an FAQ at the bottom under the pricing section, and then a final call to action button under the testimonial section. So now if we scroll down, we have the FAQ section right here, fully responsive, and the final call to action here as well. I mean, that is so cool. How easy was that to set up? I didn't have to dig through menus. I don't need to learn coding. I just described what I wanted and it was able to make it. Now that the website is exactly the way that I like, I can go ahead and click on the top right here where it says publish. Then I'll click on share. And here I can get a link to this website that I can share with anyone. And if you have a pro plan, you can even remove the YouWare branding. So I just asked YouWare to create another website for me. This one I wanted to be a landing page for my personal brand. So just a photo of myself and a very short description of who I am and what I do. I make YouTube videos, of course, and then a call to action telling people to subscribe and watch me on YouTube. So that's exactly what it created for me here. Now, one of the things I want to showcase is, let's say you're looking at this and you know you want to make changes to it and you know you just want it to look better, but you're not quite sure exactly how to do that or exactly what to ask for. Well, then you want to click on this button right here that says boost. And then you can choose one of these, like I'll click on enhance visual design and I'll go ahead and click on the arrow to submit that. And what this is actually going to do is it's actually going to visually boost your new website, basically to make it look better without you having to describe what changes you want to make. So here we go. This is the new polished version. Let me go ahead and refresh it. You can see the animations there just look a lot cleaner. You can see over here just the way it kind of adds these little graphics, the shadows here. Coming down, we see more graphics and animations, I should say, as I scroll down. So definitely a lot more polished without me having to actually do any work and describe what changes I want to make. Now, another really cool thing about YouWare is that it's really good at saving you credits. So for instance, let's say I don't like this red button here or this blue text. Let's go ahead and change this blue text. So I'll tell it to change it to green. And here we go. And you can see over here how many credits this used. This was 38 credits. But let's say I'm looking at this and I realize I absolutely hate that. I like the last version better. Well, all I have to do is click right here where it says rewind. Click on rewind again, and it will convert it back to the blue color. And I get recredited all of the credits that it used to turn it into green. So now I haven't wasted all those credits on a change that I actually ended up not liking. The other way it saves you credits is up here. You can click where it says visual edit, and I can go ahead and select any element I want to change, like let's say again these letters, and I can go ahead and italicize them. If I want to increase the size, I can go ahead and do that, or lower the size, put it right there. I can change the alignment. I can go ahead and add a link to this. Or if I'm familiar with code, I can code this or even just delete it. So by doing this manually myself, I don't have to tell the AI to make those changes and could save myself a bunch of credits. Now, we have only scratched the surface of what YouWare can do. So before I show you some other things that people have made with YouWare, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now, one of my favorite things about YouWare is that there are so many creative projects that other people have built. It's a great place to find inspiration and explore some fun builds. And some of these are seriously impressive. So if you come over here to the Explore tab, you can see some of these projects. For instance, let's check out this AI travel tool that someone created. So this promises to transform your photos with AI-powered travel magic. So let's go ahead and test this out. I'm gonna go ahead and drag a photo in here. So I'll just upload that photo of me. And then we get to choose our dream destination. So I'm going to go ahead and select Big Ben in the UK. We'll have it at sunset for some nice lighting, a nice clear day. Go ahead and click on next. And we'll have this one be realistic. Let's generate the photo. And here we go. So we have this cool slider. We have the before, and here's the after. I mean, that's super impressive. The fact that this was made in YouWare, that's a pretty good photo. I'm super happy with that. What else can you do with this? You can go ahead and download this, you can save it, or you can start over. So very impressive tool that someone made here. Let's go ahead and try another one. So here's another great one. This is basically a paper trading platform. So you can come in here and execute different trades and actually try out trading without actually risking any of your money yourself. You can see your total profit over the last month, your win rate, your risk to reward ratio. So this is a great kind of simple app, like actually a really powerful app that was made entirely inside of YouWare. Now, one of the really cool features about YouWare is that if you like this app and kind of want to use it as a template, you can do that by clicking right here where it says Remix. So I can go ahead and click on Remix and tell it what changes I want to make. So I can say something like, create a new layout and color theme, make it more modern and sleek. And then you'll see that it opens up this project window that we were using before. And it is now getting to work. So over here on the right, we see the exact app that the other person made, but now on the left, it's actually changing it all up. And then here we can see the first draft of our remix with everything else in here that was included in the first one. But we can now actually come in here and ask it to make any specific changes that we want. So if we didn't like the color scheme, we can ask it to change that. If we wanted to move around any of this stuff, if something wasn't loaded, like this performance chart, I can just go ahead and say auto fix. The performance chart isn't loading, and it will go ahead and fix that as well for us. Here's another great example of a website that someone has created. They call it the Educator's Playbook for a Human-Centered AI World, so designing for agency. And coming down here, this appears to be a sort of timeline of recent developments in AI. And it kind of leads people down two paths: the path of fear, where people are afraid of change and AI, and the path of growth, where people are actually embracing it and using it. So this is obviously selling some sort of program that teaches people how to use AI for their business or for their creative pursuits. So a really great looking website, and you can see that there's a lot more detail in here. They obviously spent a lot more time than I did on the website that I made, which is great because, again, like, let's say I love this whole layout, but I want to make my own website about my own product. Well, I can go ahead and click on Remix and tell it, hey, I want to have this same layout, this same theme, but instead make it for my business, which is called something like AI for professionals or something like that. A whole group, a whole community for people who are interested in using AI for their business and to streamline their business, right? And it'll be able to remix it and turn it into my website just using this as a template. And then finally, check out this super impressive website. This is made for a company called Black Swan Consulting, an AI phone receptionist and AI chatbot. So basically, this is a website offering as a service the ability to make for companies AI chatbots and AI receptionists. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here where it says "Hear a live demo call." It will actually play.
This is Katie, the family service phone assistant.
An AI receptionist, or you can even chat with the AI receptionist over here as well. So a super responsive website that they put together with some great graphics in here as well. So I just continue to be really impressed with all of the things that I see people making with YouWare. Here's the thing. A few years ago, if you wanted to build a website like the ones I just showed you, you'd need an entire team, or you'd need to learn coding yourself. That could take months or years. Or, of course, you can hire a developer, which costs money. Now you can do it in just 5 minutes just by describing what you want. And YouWare works on your desktop, through your browser, or you can download it on your phone from the App Store or Google Play. So you can literally start a project on your computer and keep working on it from your phone no matter where you are. It's pretty convenient. So there you have it. That's how I built a fully functional website in just 5 minutes using YouWare. If you want to try it out for yourself, make sure to click the first link down below in the description. You can start with their free plan and see what you can build with it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.